Hey everybody, how's it going? There's a winter storm rolling in, so before we get more snow, I'm gonna go and run some power saws. I can't just sit at my bench porting all the time. That doesn't sound like any fun for me. All the power to guys that do that. I like running saws as much or more than I like building saws. So today's video, I got a little bit of a local job to do. One of my neighbors phoned me and asked if I could help him do some thinning and just maintenance in a patch of timber he bought. There's about 65 acres there, oak, ash, elm, and that's right, the Tin Man does cut hardwood sometimes. So I'm just gonna go over and help him out. I love running power saws. The main saw I want to run today is Caleb's MS460. I want to put one more day on it before I mail it all the way to Texas. And of course, I brought my 572 and my 372 Iron Horse. That Iron Horse saw, friends, I know I gush over it. He built the perfect saw for me. I absolutely am in love with this thing. One day when I get the inkling, we're going to take it apart and have a look at it. And he built it for me as a learning tool, but unfortunately, he just done such a good job that I can't stop running it. Anyhow, I got a mixture. I got some Archer chain on a Sumara bar that came from Brock at B-Ray. How's it going, Brock? I got a 32-inch Stihl ES light with a Oregon full skip on this saw. And on this saw, I am running a Husqvarna 28-inch light bar with a, let's see, C83 full house chain. So there you guys go. Anyhow, I'm going to fire the old F250 up and make my way over there. Okay, we're gonna jump right into it here. This is me with the 460, just kind of warming up for the day. My neighbor asked if I could come and help him out with some hazard trees and just thinning this brush a little bit. This is an oak tree, it's a leaner. All I'm doing here is making a landing zone. There's a Kodam oak tree that's dying, and we decided to take that, but I needed a landing zone to dump all the timber into. So right here, I'm just clearing that zone. Okay, and right here, notice I'm moving slow. I'm looking up, I'm taking my time. I haven't been on a saw in like 4 or 5 months, you know, falling. And I got ring rust, so I'm just making sure to make sure my face cuts line up, clean up my Dutchmans, and just take my time. And you'll see here, I do a bore cut and then cut the back strap and release it. Some of these trees could barber chair, and I wanted to do things safely, so I chose to bore cut. Okay, and here's the tree I set up to fall. I cut down 3 or 4 smaller trees, and then that one you guys just saw. And this 460 is running like a Swiss watch. I'm super happy with it. And you guys will see here, I missed my face cut, and I'm cleaning up my Dutchmans and just taking my time and doing what I do. And you know, one thing I've learned over the years is to take my time. I'm not a professional. I'm not on the stump every day, and rushing is what's going to get me into trouble. And you guys are going to see I make a major mistake on this tree, and I'm going to leave it in the video so you guys can see. Okay, and right here's my mistake. I want to show this so you guys can see it happens to me. We all do it. I choose to bore cut this tree. It's lean and hard. It's showing me signs that it might barber tear. As I bore cut here, right here, I snipped through the edge of my hinge, just nipping the side, and that tree sets down on my bar. So I grab the 572 with this pipe, and we're going to talk about this. This thing cuts now. It's got the perfect chain on it. Watch this thing go. I'm just cutting out the 460. Right here, I want to see what kind of pull this saw has, so I'm going to bury this thing in this Kodam oak stump and just let it eat. Okay, and now I grab the 460, and all I want to do here when I build a saw, I just want to test it for functionality. I want to see how this thing pulls a 32-inch bar in frozen hardwood. So let's check this out. Hey everybody, I just want to jump in. Thank you everybody that hangs out here. We hit 55,000 subscribers recently. Just thank you to everybody that's here, and welcome to the newcomers. I want to just jump in here and talk about this saw, this 572. You guys know I bought this saw about a year ago. I bought it around Christmas a year ago, ran it stock a little bit, and I was like, I'm not sure. I sent it away and had a prototype Ramhorn pipe, and now friends, this is a Buchan design. Buchan conjured this up in his head, and the boys at Super Cool Saws put this together. But I really want to give props to the man that designed it. This pipe, friends, listen to this 572 stock. It does not cut like this. I wasn't really that impressed with the 572 stock, but with this pipe on it, this thing cuts like it's going out of style. Anyways, check this out. This is a large hazard tree next to a trail, and it needed to come down, and I lay it down perfectly beside the trail so that machines can get in there and remove it. Check this saw out. Hey friends, so good day in the bush with my neighbor. Super happy he called me. Just do a little falling, you know, hang out in the woods. Sorry friends, my screen's dirty here, but the best part about going cutting in the woods is you gotta off-road to get out. You don't want to fling mud patties on the road. Anyhow, I'll hit you guys back up when we get home. You haven't lived till you've driven across a farmer's field in the middle of winter. I can't believe how little snow there is here. Never seen it like this. Okay, well, it's the end of the day. I had a lot of fun cutting. I'm glad my neighbor called me to drop some trees for him. I will say I'm really happy with this 460. Good chain speed, good grunt in the cut. It starts, idles. This thing's ready to be sent now. I wanted to put one more day of use on it, and definitely a nice saw. And I'm sure Caleb will be super happy with this thing, and it'll be dropping timber for him for years to come. And again, friends, no machine work to the saw. Giant transfers. Most of the work on this saw is to the piston. I made the windows bigger and just made it flow more air, and I was really happy. I tuned it at the beginning of the day. It was a little bit rich, and I never touched it for the rest of the day. So to me, that's a successful work saw build, and like I said, I think he'll be happy with this, and it'll be a trustworthy saw for him for days to come or years to come. And it's just a nice saw. I like me a Stihl sometimes. Who knows, maybe I'll get another one of these and do this project all over again. Honestly, this build right now, I wouldn't change anything about it. I really like it. I kept the exhaust roof low and just worked on airflow, and this thing's nice. Like I said, I ran this thing stock and I didn't like it at all. This pipe, I don't know, this pipe works good. Good throttle response, and it seems to pull nice in the cut. I know some people thought this pipe was going to be too wide open, but honestly, it seems to be doing its job. So I'm going to ship this thing with this pipe, and we'll see what Caleb thinks of it. I gotta say, this 572, remember friends, this is a stock saw with a Ramhorn pipe, Buchan's design. Buchan knows what he's doing. He comes up with these crazy ideas, and this was one of them. This saw is 1,000 times better than it was stock. Stock, I didn't really care for this saw. Don't get me wrong, it was a good saw, but I thought it was lacking in pull a little bit out of the box. Now, part of it is this saw has runtime on it now. It's broken in, but honestly, with this pipe on it, this thing is just a whole different animal. And you guys saw there, I was cutting, that's frozen oak. That's some good hardwood. Now, I am sharp, and this chain is absolutely deadly. But again, the right chain with this pipe and this saw is really a cutter. I'm definitely going to put more miles on this saw. You guys saw there, I pinched this saw, just an oopsie. I was bore cutting, and I cut the corner. I cut the corner of my hinge off, which is a horrible idea, but it happens sometimes. I haven't been on a saw in probably 4 or 5 months. I haven't run a saw, and every time I go and cut again after a long spell of not running saws, my cuts are sloppy. I really got to spend time cleaning up my Dutchmans and making sure my cuts line up. But after I cut that saw out, I ran this thing for a bit, and it's great. I really like this 572, and I foresee me running this thing a lot in the future. Today it just all came together, and I'm really impressed with this saw. I think in the near future, I'm going to take the cylinder off and do a little port work to this saw and just enhance what's already there. With this pipe on here, this thing has more than enough power for what it is. It's got good chain speed. It's got good pull in the cut. And I think this pipe really enhances this saw. So anyhow, super glad to go cutting and just had a lot of fun. I love running power saws. I like running power saws as much or more than I like building power saws, believe it or not. That's what fuels the fire for me. I love porting because I love going out in the woods and cutting firewood and dropping trees. So anyhow, friends, I'm just all fired up. Thanks for coming to hang out. And this pipe's incredible. Buchan's a madman, and that design really, really works. I'm very impressed with it. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.